For the Lesley University Lynx, it's Billy Cather, assistant coaches Michael Zeiner, Ryan Filipowitz, Joe Murator. And now for the Tufts University Jumbos, leading off and
Go
playing
Bows.
second base, number 3, Tom Petrie. Batting second and playing right field, number 13, Oscar Cooch. Batting third and playing third base, number 24, Tommy O'Hara. Batting cleanup and playing first base, number 32, Nick Falkson. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 4, Santos Ocampo. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 31, Mike McLaughlin. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 15, Harry Brown. Batting eighth and catching, number 10, Harrison Frickman. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 1, Will Shackelford. Starting pitcher for the Jumbos here in game number 1 will be number 5, Spiros Varinos. The head coach of the Jumbos is John Casey. Assistant coaches Bob Kenny, Bob Clark, Brendan Casey, Connor McDavitt, and student assistant coach Sid Warren Grant.
Oh, I spy with my little eye.
And it is Saturday, April 8th, here in Medford, Massachusetts. We have Tufts University versus the Lesley University Lynx. Tufts digging in with a 12-2 record, I believe second place in the NESCAC East. Lesley University with an 11-4 record. It is the first game of a doubleheader, so of course both games are scheduled to be 7 innings long. About 45 degrees, bright, and some wind blowing across the field here at Tufts. Sebastian, what can you tell? I'm Owen Finnegan here with JumboCast along with my partner Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson. Sebastian, what can you tell us about these teams today?
So the Jumbos, like you said, they're 12-2. They've been playing really hot, swinging the bat really well. Team average of 341 with a slugging percentage of 465 in 14 games. They're 2-0 at home, so they love playing on Huskins Field, trying to keep that home streak alive. And for Lesley, this team is 11-4 in the ECAC. They're doing very well in their conference. Great team, a lot of young guys, swing the bat very well, but we'll see what Spiros Varinos has for the Lynx today. Spiros, their stud starting pitcher. They call him Spee, by the way, but he's got some gas, and he's gonna throw well today.
Ladies and gentlemen, as part of today's Tufts University Fan the Fire event, the Tufts University baseball team is playing in honor of Danny Kemp. Danny was a rising sophomore on the Stony Brook University softball team when she was diagnosed with DIPG last summer. DIPG is diffused intrinsic pontine glioma, an inoperable brain tumor, which is one of the rarest pediatric cancers. Danny was given a 9 to 12 month prognosis and promptly began her battle. After 6 weeks of radiation, she then went to Cologne, Germany to receive immunotherapy treatment. Danny, her parents, and her doctors refused to give in and worked tirelessly to find treatments around the world until the very end, when she passed away in March of 2017. Danny battled with a positive attitude, serving as an inspiration to many while bringing awareness to this debilitating condition. Danny was a talented softball player, a spark plug on and off the field for her teammates. She had a contagious laugh and could light up a room with her smile. Today we honor the memory of Danny and her courageous battle with cancer. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please direct your attention to the flag out of left field as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Play 2.
All right, as we begin the game here, of course, if you missed that, I'm not sure if it came over the broadcast. Today's game in honor of Danny Kemp, a softball player, recently lost courageous battle with cancer. So we had a moment of silence for her, and then, of course, the national anthem. But game's going to get started here as the battery for Tufts, catcher number 10, Harrison Frickman, the sophomore, and the starting pitcher, number 5, one of the better starting pitchers for Tufts this season, Sparrows Verena. 6.7 ERA and an 8 K over 9. That's strikeouts over 9. So one of the lowest ERA for any of the starters on this Tufts team.
And like you said, this guy's a stud. He's a senior, preseason All-American, 4-0 to start the season off. You know, he's pitched over 27 innings. He's their workhorse, and we'll see a lot of the same this afternoon.
Yep, exciting to see him today as both teams are warming up here. Of course, the wind is something to keep an eye on. Of course, Tufts located on a hill. I was walking uphill today. It was a lot stronger uphill, but you can keep an eye on the flags. It's sort of switching between blowing across the field and blowing out the back of the outfield. So certainly be advantageous for Tufts. 8 home runs on the season. Lesley only 4 home runs. So see if they can take advantage of the weather today on the offensive side of the ball. Just some broadcast notes for you guys today, if any of you guys are first-time watchers. No ball or strike count on our broadcast, so we're going to be just repeating the ball and strike count to keep you guys informed. Also, we have a one-camera setup, so we're going to be following the ball. So we'll try our best to use some rhetorical fireworks for any base runners that you can't see on the broadcast.
Let's play ball.
All right, leading off for Lesley University is the third baseman, number 3, Mike Slaby, senior. He is working a .291 average, .364 slugging percentage, so one of the higher slugging percentages on this team. Pretty high for a leadoff man.
Definitely so. Senior guy, gets a lot of base hits, just very disciplined at the plate. He's a great guy to lead off for the Lynx, and we'll see if Spiros Varinos can shut him down.
Yep, Varinos' first pitch in there for a strike, and it was a low strike, but call a strike. And that's low for a ball. I mentioned the home runs earlier, and just for some more statistics, slugging percentage almost over 100-point difference, or almost 100-point difference between the two teams. Lesley University as a team 376, and Tufts University as a team a shocking 465, as that's a swing and a miss strike for Slaby there. To go along for Tufts with a 445 on base percentage, so certainly an offensive powerhouse here.
Saw Varinos throw the gas and blow it by him. Varinos tops out at about 91, sits 89. 88, 89 consistently.
Varinos looking to put him down here. He does not, as Slaby tags that one to right field. And that's going to be a base hit.
That's just a good piece of hitting. Just kept his hands back, took the ball where it was pitched.
Yeah, Slaby not a power hitter by any means. No home runs, 1 triple, 2 doubles in the season. But that's what he'll do to you. He'll hit those singles, and that's exactly what you want in a leadoff man. As next up for Lesley, we have number 45, the junior infielder Justin Clark, digging in a 417 average, which I believe is the highest on the team for any qualified players. Clark, one of only 3 players on the Lesley team with a home run this season, so keep an eye on that today. Rinos digs in for the first pitch here.
And let's see if they've got the base runners in motion within the next pitch or two.
The righty delivers. That's going to be called a ball, and that's going to be 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on Justin Clark.
We'll see how the strike zone plays into things today. Spiros was pretty good at spotting up and hitting his location, so didn't get that pitch, but looked to be right on the corner.
Reno's going to look back. Slaby to first base. He's got speed. He's a threat to steal, so just making sure, keeping an eye on him, obviously being a righty, can't see him. Looks him back again. Really doesn't want him taking second base there.
See, what Spiros is doing there is he's just keeping the guy's lead short over there. Doesn't want him to take too many steps off the bag. Doesn't want him to feel comfortable on the base paths. As long as he keeps throwing over.
Yeah, Clark with 10 RBI, which I believe is tied for the team lead for Lesley, as Varinos delivers a strike there. And certainly Slaby is credited with that, as Clark has hit in Slaby several times this year. It's going to be 1-1 here. Sort of seems like sort of a low count for how long this at-bat has been, but that's because Verinos has looked back Slavy to first base a couple times already. Looks him back again. Doesn't get him.
One and one is the count.
Verinos again, and that's a swing and a miss. Sort of a slow swing there from Justin Clark. Verinos really whiffed him there. And that's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that's a great pitch there by Verinos. Threw him straight fastballs to start the at-bat, mixing the off-speed, caught him off balance.
Verinos looking to deliver again.
Good pitch.
Not going to get it, though. Going to be called a ball, and that's going to be 2-2 on Justin Clark. My director's shooting us a look. He's watching the broadcast on his phone and also watching the game in real life. So shout out to Bernie there. And he's going to get him looking. Clark doesn't look too happy with the call, but a good pitch from Verino, and that's going to be the first strikeout of the day.
And look out for Verinos to be consistent down there, throwing hard pitches low in the strike zone away to hitters. Definitely a hard pitch to hit.
Yep. Yeah, he's really working that bottom of the strike zone. Alrighty, next up for Lesley is number 30, Ryan Pumfret. He's the sophomore utility player. 300 average, 379 on base percentage so far this season.
And Verinos picks off to first again.
We mentioned Justin Clark had a home run this season. Ryan Pomfret, as he swings and misses there, definitely swinging for the fences because he has 2 home runs on the season, which leads this Lesley team. 50% of the team home runs belong to the sophomore Pomfret.
And that is a hard pitch to hit, that changeup that Verinos throws. Mixing in speeds. Throws it again.
Yeah, low and outside from Verinos there. And that's really the first pitch that it seems that Verinos has really missed his mark so far this game. He's been sharp for the first 2 batters. So that's going to be ball 1-1.
We've got a sophomore Harrison Frickman behind the plate. He's done a great job since he's come into this Tufts team. Played a lot last year as well. He's a great catcher back there. Really knows how to keep his body centered and block the ball.
Verinos looking to get the advantage here in this at-bat. Time is granted.
We're standing right above the Tufts dugout, and we're constantly hearing the Tufts guys chattering and over here, and it's definitely an aspect of Tufts baseball, just always being locked in, always encouraging your teammates, doing all you can to make sure that the guys around you succeed.
Pumfret tops that one foul. That's going to be strike 2, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pumfret. This Verinos doing a great job getting the pitcher's advantage in these ball strike counts. I think he's had every batter go up to 2 strikes so far. Slavy's going to take off, and he looks like he's going to be safe. He does. So all those pickoff attempts are in vain as Slavy successfully steals second base. And really exactly what you want from a leadoff man, a guy who gets on base and then can steal second, no problem.
Yeah, and Frickman put a nice throw right on the bag, hard ball, solid on the bag, but guy just got a good jump.
Yeah, he had to get low to sort of gather that pitch, so his pop time was maybe a little slower than what we usually see from Frickman, but good job by Slavy nonetheless. As we have a 2-2 count on Pumfret. Looking to see if he can get an early lead as we have a runner in scoring position here. Another low pitch. And Slavy thought about it and returned to second base as Frickman looked him down. Verino seems to be a little off his mark so far in this at-bat.
First inning. Spiros will settle in, definitely.
Yeah, you don't have a sub-2 ERA for no reason. Looks him back at second. That ball is going to skid into the outfield, but Slavy realized too late. The center fielder gathers it, and he cannot take it to third base. So Slavy seems to have Verino's a little rattled here. A little worried about him maybe even taking third.
And that's a great job by center fielder number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo, just backing up the play, being on his toes, ready for anything to happen.
Yep.
Stops Lesley from advancing. Good.
Yeah, he's going to strike him out looking. Looks like Pumford had tossed the bat thinking that he was going to get first on a walk, but that's the second looking strikeout for Varinos on the day.
And again, Varinos hitting his spots, keeping the ball low and away.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of been his MO so far this first inning, is just working that bottom of the strike zone. I'm not even sure if we've seen a high ball yet so far through 3 batters. Next up for Lesley is Steven DePalma, the freshman. He's a fielder. 200 average, one of the lower averages on the team, but a respectable .333 on base percentage, and a 200 slugging percentage too. So that means that he's hit all singles, never had an extra base hit.
Interesting for your 4 guy.
I know. I was just about to say that. It's an interesting choice for the cleanup spot. I wonder why. They did that. Varinos delivers. That's going to be low and inside for 2 balls and 0 strikes as we see Varinos fall behind early here in this at-bat. First time we've seen so far in this game. Usually done a good job staying ahead of the batter.
Varinos needs to keep that pitch count low this game, looking to get out of this inning within the next 1 or 2 pitches.
That's going to be fouled way back into the parking lot. Let's see if it hits a car. I don't think it did. So that's going to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. That's always something that we like to keep an eye on, is if we can get any broken windshields during these games. I always love seeing that. Spiro looking to even the count here against DePalma. Delivers, and that's going to be high for ball 3, so 3-1. Varinos is going to have to throw a strike here.
He's got a base available, 2 outs here.
That's going to be tagged foul, a hard hit ball foul, and that is going to make it a full count, 3-2, with 2 outs here in the first inning. DePalma digs in, back of the batter's box. Marino's got the pitch he wants. Delivers, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So DePalma's going to take first. Slavey getting third on the wild pitch and rounds way third. I think he maybe thought for a second about going home, but Frickson tracks that ball down. So rare miss by Varinos, as we have a man at first and third, runners on the corners, and 2 outs. So Lesley looking to get an early lead here.
Left fielder number 17, Matthew Bavaro.
And although Varinos has 2 strikeouts in this inning, Lesley hitters are having very good at-bats. They've been very patient to start this game, and they're definitely here to play. So
yeah, absolutely. Left fielder Matthew Bavaro, the sophomore, digging in here. 417 average on the season, 556 on base percentage, and a 500 slugging percentage. If those numbers seem pretty high to anybody at home, he does only have 12 at-bats. So numbers are a little skewed due to a small sample size, but impressive nonetheless, as Varinos looks to throw the first pitch here against Bavaro. That's going to be right down the plate for a strike, and that's going to be 0-1. Brought the heat on the first pitch there.
sure did.
Pitch number 2 comes in, and that's going to be low. Evens the count at 1-1. Good eye by Bavaro there.
One of the pitching philosophies around Tufts baseball is, you'd rather miss low than miss your spot high and give someone a pitch to hit. So Spiros will definitely you'll see a few more of those today.
Yep. Checks DePalma back to first base. Not really sure if DePalma is really much of a threat to steal, but keeping him on his toes nonetheless. So he looks down Bavaro here. Again, count is 1-1. Swing and a dribbler. That's going to be right up the infield. Let's see if they can make a play. and he's going to be out, and they save a run as Tufts gets out of Spiros gets out of a jam there. Runners in the corners, but they make it out of the inning with no runs.
And that's a solid play by our third baseman, Tommy O'Hara. He's got pretty solid hands over there. Showed great lateral quickness to get to that ball. That was a tough play.
Yeah, good play all around. I thought for a second there that it was going to result in a hit, just because it got by the pitcher and it was a really slow dribbler. Of course, grass field here, not turf field, so the ball rolls slowly. But yeah, no damage done for the Tufts team here.
Yeah, and this Tufts lineup is dangerous. A lot of power hitters, great hitters in this lineup. Definitely looking to get it started early, put some runs on the board today.
Pitcher number 29, Tom Muratori, the junior with a 1.61 ERA, 6.11 K over 9. So Verinos has the advantage in the starters in the K over 9 department. On the year, 28 innings pitched, 4 complete games, the only pitcher on this roster with a complete game. So definitely a workhorse, 28 innings pitched. 7 runs, 5 earned runs, 6 walks. So definitely a pitching duel here today. Two of the better pitchers on each respective team's staff facing off today in Medford.
Definitely, and in a non-conference game for both of these teams, it's interesting that they're both throwing their best guys. Maybe they will see Lesley later on in this year come playoff time. So it's good to see what we're working with here.
Leading off for Tufts when the inning begins is going to be number 3, Tom Petrie, the second baseman, the senior. 364 average, 438 on base percentage, 509 slugging percentage. You're going to see a recurring theme throughout this whole Tufts team is high slugging percentages, as we were talking about earlier. As Tom's going to get in the batter's box here.
Petrie's been swinging the bat tremendously this year, playing your starter, your everyday starting second baseman. He's already hit 2 home runs this season, and he's looking to stay hot. He's a great leadoff hitter for this Tufts Jumbos team.
First pitch is going to go in for a strike as Petrie falls behind 0-1 early here. 2 righties facing out today, Muratori and Verinos. That's going to be high and a ball as the count evens at 1-1.
And Petrie's a very patient hitter, definitely. Great attribute to have as your number 1 guy.
Swing and a miss for Petrie. Good cut, but that's going to be 2 strikes, 1 ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Muratori seems to work. I don't know if it's Verinos works pretty slowly or Muratori works pretty fast, but definitely a difference in the pace of play for both of these pitchers as that ball is fouled back to the backboard. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's just a good way to battle there. They call it jumbo hacks.
Backboard
in this program. Choking up with 2 strikes and making sure you make contact.
And he's going to get clipped on the elbow here. He's going to take first base, first hit by pitch so far this game.
That's the name of the game, Owen. Get them on, get them over, get them in, and they're on the right track right now.
Yep, first base is first base. That's what my Little League coach always told me. Batting behind Tom Petrie is number 13, Oscar Cooch, another senior outfielder, and he has been one of the better hitters on this Tufts team. 377 average, 660 slugging percentage, which is just remarkable. And that's in 53 at-bats too, folks, so that is not a small sample size.
And Cooch has been doing this his whole career as a Tufts Jumbo. 4-year varsity athlete, and he's been playing outfield consistently for the Jumbos.
Muratori, another first pitch strike there as he's looking to deal again. That ball is up in the air. Looks like there's a play on it. No, it's going to drop in for a base hit. Runners at first and second now. Nice shallow base hit there for Cooch.
Tufts really has an advantage when they're playing at home on Huskins Field. It's definitely a tough ballpark to adjust to with the wind, especially in right field. So as you saw there, he just didn't get a good read on the ball.
Number 24, Tommy O'Hara digging in for the Jumbos here. a junior. 516 on-base percentage, which I believe is one of the highest for any qualified batters on this Tufts team. Another first pitch strike for Muratori. He's been doing a good job getting the first pitch strikes, but not a great job putting runners away, as both the first two Jumbos runners have reached base here.
This is their hitter that they rely on. He's a consistent power hitter, which is really hard to find. His strikeouts stay pretty low, and he definitely sprays the ball all over the field.
That pitch fell low for a strike, low for a ball in the dirt. Yeah, about the worst thing that can happen right now is for Muratori to walk a man and load the bases with no outs.
O'Hara looking to have another awesome year hitting-wise, looking to make the All-NESCAC team once again as he made it last year. And the pace he's on now, I think he will do that again.
Yeah, one thing that O'Hara is valuable for this Tufts team is his ability to draw walks. 14 walks on the season, which is much more than any other player on the Tufts team so far this season. So one of the better eyes on this team. That ball is going to be hit weakly in the infield, but it looks like it's going to drop, and it does. Unfortunately, going to make the play at second base as the runner wasn't sure whether or not to advance. So now we have runners on the corners with one out here in the bottom of the first inning.
And that's really a good play by Cooch. I mean, there's nothing really you can do there. You got to see the ball drop. Definitely wanted to avoid the double play there, so he made the right call. And they'll take the out. They advance the runner to third, and now we've got Foxen up.
Yeah, 32, Nick Foxen, the junior, batting cleanup for the Jumbos. 429 average, 480 on-base percentage, 492 slugging. 4 doubles on the year, no triples or home runs. Although 19 RBI to lead the team. And certainly an RBI position right now. Another first pitch strike for Muratori seems to be a theme so far this inning. Muratori yet to look back at baseman as that ball seems to fly right past Foxen's ear, high for ball one. Yeah, an interesting mix of colors for both of these teams. The gray and lime green and the brown and blue for the Jumbos.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I'm not really sure how well they mesh on field, but in their own right, they look good. As Foxen's going to hit that right to the second baseman, looking to see if they can turn two, and they do. Oh, no, they call him safe. It looks like the first baseman dropped the ball. So disaster avoided by the Jumbos, and they get an RBI out of it to take the lead 1-0. So that's going to go down as an RBI for Foxen, his 20th of the season.
And with 2 strikes there, it's just a way to put the ball in play by Foxen. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Unfortunate for the Lynx. Definitely looked like they had that double play locked and loaded, but just an unfortunate mistake.
Seemingly long inning as Varinos is in the pen, just keeping his arm loose over there.
Stepping in for the Jumbos, number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo, the sophomore. 500 on-base percentage. Again, just really high on-base percentages throughout this team. One of the Jumbos who has tagged a home run this season, one of the 6 Jumbos, I believe. And also a triple, too, interestingly enough. So he can move on the bases. Fox is going to take off, and, ooh, that's going to hit Santos Ocampo. He's smiling, though.
Hey.
Got him right in the head. We were worried for a second there, but he looked back to the man on deck and was smiling, so he's going to take first base. So another hit batsman.
Santos Ocampo from Naples, Florida. He's a very good player. Only a sophomore, but he's definitely made his presence known for this Tufts Jumbos team. Played for the Orlando Scorpions, which is a pretty prestigious travel team, and again making his impact known as he gets to first base.
31, Mike McLaughlin, the junior, is going to dig in here, looking to see if he can drive in a run. But that ball is going to be foul for strike one, and it's going to be 0-1.
Interesting enough, the guys on the team call him Handsome. So Handsome is his nickname, Handsome Mike. And Handsome Mike is actually a 2-sport athlete here at Tufts. He also plays football, and he's a quarterback slot receiver on the football team here.
And swing and a miss wasn't exactly a confident swing as he's going to fall down early 0-2. Any particular reason why they call him Handsome Mike, Sebastian, or is it just –
I'm not sure. It's just a nickname. I think it stuck.
I kind of like it. So 2 good runners on the base pass would definitely be a spoiled opportunity. Did he go? The appeal? Nope, he did not. So that's going to be high for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Handsome Mike here. Interesting batting stance that McLaughlin has.
Yeah.
Sort of leans way back and, yeah.
He's got incredible hands. His bat speed is ridiculous.
Big swing and a big miss for McLaughlin as that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. Muratori avoids any further damage there as the Jumbos strand 2 runners on first and second.
For the Jumbos in the bottom of the first inning, they score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Lesley errors, and there were 2 runners left on base.
Good job of Tufts by putting a run on the board, though.
Yeah, with these short games, you definitely want to get an early lead. You know, you're not going to get as many chances, obviously, as you would in a normal length game. So put Lesley in an uncomfortable position there and force him to make a play.
Yep. So, yes, because we're having a doubleheader this afternoon and it's a out-of-conference game for both teams, we're just playing 2 7-inning games. If this was an in-conference game, it'd be a 7-inning game and a 9-inning game.
So would you be surprised to see Varinos go the entire game, or is that something that he's capable of doing?
He's definitely capable of doing, however, it's still pretty early in the season, and this is their number 1 guy in their rotation of 3. Varinos, R.J. Hall, the sophomore, and Tim Saperko, the senior, rounds up their rotation. So they need to keep him healthy and keep his arm fresh and loose for the entirety of the season. But, you know, the Tufts Jumbos pitching staff has been pretty excellent this year. I'm sure there's plenty of relieving guys that can come in and lock this Lesley team down.
Yeah, you know, going through the game logs for all the games for the Jumbos earlier this season, it seems like their pitchers put them in a position to win pretty much every single game. And the 2 losses were just close losses that can't really be pinned down on anybody. I think I think the Jumbos lost by a margin of 1 run and 3 runs in their 2 losses. So no blowouts so far this season.
Definitely, and the Jumbos are really. They really believe in the talent that they have in this roster this year. You know, last year they made it to the Sweet 16 and lost that game, but they believe that they can make it back.
Ooh, catcher Jacob Cervantes hits one in the infield, and a good play by, Santos Ocampo, flashing some leather, I believe. I may have gotten the wrong player on that.
Will Shackelford.
Yeah.
Will Shackelford.
Yeah, but flashing some leather there, but couldn't make the throw to first, as that's going to go down as a single for the catcher.
And Shackelford, sophomore, but since he's been on this team, he's really been getting a lot of playing time, and he's showing it, flashing the leather as we saw there.
Next up for Lesley University is number 2. That's going to be Vincent Taliercio, the sophomore infielder. Sebastian and I were talking earlier that a lot of the players on the Lesley team just have names that are difficult to pronounce, and we are pretty bad at pronouncing anyways. It's sort of been a recurring theme all season throughout all sports for JumboCast. Swing and a miss, as that's going to be strike 1.
Varinos picked over to first before that last thrown pitch. Let's see if he goes over there again to Faulkson at first.
Yeah, Taliercio, 21 at-bats on the season, one of the lower totals on the team, but getting some run here today in the first game of a doubleheader, as that pitch is going to go in for strike 2, as up early 0-2, or sorry, behind early 0-2. Strike 3 got him looking, and that's going to be the 3rd looking strikeout on the day.
He's tough to hit, Owen. He's tough to hit. But you're very right. You were kind of talking about how Varinos seems to operate slow. I think he's just pretty meticulous, and he's got this pattern that, you know, before every pitch he has to have the same routine, and it's definitely working for him.
Number 13, J.P. Agiorgiosis, the junior infielder, stepping in for Lesley next. Another pickoff attempt from I seem to be something going on over there that I was missing. But another pickoff attempt. That has he always been a fan of pickoff attempts, or is that just something that they want to keep an eye on for this Lesley team, sort of in the game tape? See, there's another one from.
Well, definitely, yeah. Varinos tends to keep the base runners close. Not that he really needs to. I mean, he's got a really quick release to the plate and strong arm, but it's just what a good pitcher does,
Another first pitch strike looking, as he is really working at this inning.
Spiro Spee Varinos, as they call him on the team.
And I've heard Spee and Roast coming from the dugout today, so some interesting nicknames on the Tufts team.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting nicknames on this team.
Count is 1-1 as he looks the man back to first again. Of course, that's Cervantes. Interesting in that last at bat that we didn't really talk about was Cervantes got his hit on swing on the first pitch, and I'm wondering if we see Lesley attempt that more in the later innings, as Spiros seems to be getting those first pitch strikes pretty consistent.
Definitely.
Giorgios is going to take first base. I believe the first walk of the day for Spiros, and now we have a man on first and second with only one out.
Correction, he was hit by pitch.
Oh, he was hit by a pitch. Excuse me.
Just took one off the shoulder.
Both pitchers a little off the mark in that regard today, as we've seen, I think, a total of 3 hit batsmen, and it's, top of the second inning. Next up for Lesley, number 12, Nicholas Faragine, sophomore infielder. 37 at-bats in the season, which is the third most on the team, which is surprising for a sophomore. So certainly showing his stuff early. 297 average, 400 on-base percentage, and a 324 slugging percentage for the sophomore infielder.
As he takes a strike, another first pitch strike by Varinos.
Looks him back to second base. Interesting move there. You don't see that too much in the major leagues, looking a man back in second base. Spears looking to deliver the second pitch of this at-bat. He does. And that's going to be tagged to right field, and it's going to fall. That's going to be a fair ball. This is looking like extra bases. And no! Well played. Going to hold the men everywhere. No RBIs, but a bases loaded and 1 out.
And that's well played by Cooch. We couldn't really tell if he had a good read on the ball until it dropped. So he did a good job of keeping the runners frozen there and not letting them advance. That should be an automatic double in most cases. So that's a good job by Cooch.
Yeah, didn't overcommit on the ball, didn't let it get behind him. But the bases are going to be loaded.
The Jumbo's looking to turn a double play here.
This is Mike Slavey with the bases loaded. Had a single in his first at bat, the leadoff man for Lesley. So certainly a danger at the plate. That looked like a breaking pitch for strike 1.
Yeah.
And Varinos again up 0-1 early in the count.
Varinos has been getting ahead with that first pitch fastball to start this game, and there mixes up an off speed. It's a good pitch.
Let's see what he goes with here, as he definitely wants to get ahead early on Slavey here.
Another one.
Looked like
a beautiful pitch.
Almost the exact same pitch it looked like, as Slavey is down early, 0-2.
And after that pitch was thrown, you heard a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd and the Tufts bench.
Important pitch here. Again, 0-2, 1 out.
Oh.
Borderline pitch there, fastball. Going to be 1-2.
I mean, from our angle, that's as close as it gets on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Slavey laid off that one. Audience waited with bated breath here, as this is the most important moment of this early game. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slavey's going to go back to the dugout as Varinos records his first swinging strikeout, 4th strikeout of the day.
Got him out on 3 off-speed pitches there. That one looked to be a changeup. 3 changeups, it looks like.
Clark digging in, a very tall, very imposing figure. and certainly a threat here with the bases loaded. Will certainly be impressive if Varinos can get out of this inning with no damage done. Let's see what he does against the junior.
Way to get ahead in this at bat.
Now 0-1 again.
That's really what Varinos does a great job of doing. He gets ahead of hitters, puts hitters in the hole immediately to start their at bat, and when he can mix in those off-speed pitches, throwing 89, 90 miles an hour, it's tough to hit.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like a batter so far. This game has really been able to get comfortable. As another strike, looking strike, as Clark fouls down 0-2 early here, and you can see he's frustrated with himself. Justin Clark, that is frustrated with himself. Because as a man with a .556 slugging percentage in these bases loaded situation, you know every guy in the dugout is wanting, double, extra base hit, driving some RBI. So certainly some high expectations for Clark here. Pitch comes in, swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3 as he goes back to the dugout, and Varinos gets out of a jam with no damage done.
Way to work there by Spiros Varinos, just knowing what his job is, knowing what he has to do, and getting it done.
5 strikeouts through 2 innings pitched, so a spectacular job by the senior pitcher.
Scheduled to bat for the Jumbos in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Harry Brown, Harrison Frickman, and Will Shackle.
Let's go.
Of course, if any of you guys are watching at home, please tweet us at, I believe, Tufts JumboCast is our Twitter handle. We'd love to get some tweets, hear what you guys are thinking. If you want to criticize us, we always appreciate some criticism. If
Definitely.
or really just anything you want to say. We'd
Always
we'd
looking to
appreciate
get better.
it. Yeah. If you want to talk about how our director Bobby is doing, let him know. Bobby just gave me the thumbs up. Sorry about that. My director is doing his best to make me laugh during the middle of a broadcast, which is horribly unprofessional, if I do say so myself.
Pretty decent turnout from the Tufts Jumbos fans today. Glad to see the Tufts community supporting their team here. A lot of parents in town, too. It was great to see.
Yeah, I'm of course assuming that most of the people watching this broadcast do live in Massachusetts, considering Tufts is from Medford and Lesley University is located in Cambridge. But there's been some pretty terrible weather so far this spring, and I say spring very loosely. And this is, one of the first nice bright days that we have. So,
Exactly. Nice to see the sun out. Beautiful day for baseball.
Exactly, yeah. One of the best things to do on a sunny spring day is to watch a baseball game.
And we get to watch, too, so...
Now batting for the Jumbos, number 15, the senior Harry Brown. Sebastian, what can you tell us about Harry?
Harry Brown, last year, he led the team in average last year. He's really a consistent hitter. Hitting, he's struggling a little bit to start the season, but he'll definitely settle in. Definitely a big contact, and he'll definitely get on base a lot this season for them.
Yeah, 279 average, which is certainly respectable, but one of the lower averages on the team for any starter. 2 balls, 0 strikes, though, to start this at bat. So a good start to the at bat for Harry Brown. And
Harry Brown's play last year earned him a role as a captain this year. He's a very respected guy on this team, awesome leader, and he's serious. He's about his business, and definitely sets the mold for the character of this Tufts baseball roster.
Muratori with an off-speed pitch on that last piece to drop in low for a nice strike, and gets Harry Brown on the next pitch to foul it off way back to even the count at 2-2. So Muratori battling back after being down early. And high for ball 3, so that's going to load or make it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 0 outs. Bottom of the 2nd inning here in Medford.
Again, Harry Brown's a very patient hitter. Doesn't chase many pitches. As you see there, takes the ball high to get the walk.
Yeah, check swing, didn't go around, and that's going to be a walk for Harry Brown.
Harry Brown's got some wheels over there, so.
The catcher, number 10, Harrison Frickman.
Man, that bat, I wish as that bat boy is when he goes to shag those bats. That is really something.
Definitely.
Freddie, see if you can get the bat boy next time he grabs one. He just has the biggest smile on his face. Shout out to Freddie, our cameraman, by the way. Now up for the Jumbos, number 10, Harrison Frickman, the sophomore catcher. Sebastian, you were talking earlier about how he's made his impact felt in his early years on this Tufts team.
Definitely. So they rotate catchers. Him, and Eric Schneff. And, both of these guys are just, like I said, both sophomores, both young guys, but definitely not afraid of the moment and here to play for Tufts, for looking to have long careers.
Nice inside fastball by Muratori there to even the count at 1-1. And yeah, I mean, when I was looking at the starting lineups today, I was surprised to, of course, you being more familiar with the Tufts baseball program than I am, but they really seem to rely a lot on juniors and seniors than sophomores, and almost no freshmen. Offers the bunt there, but pulls back at the last minute because it was the ball was low, so it's gonna be 2 balls and 1 strike.
Speaking on that, like you said, they do have majority juniors and seniors on their team, upperclassmen. I believe what that is due to is the junior class. They have about 12, 15 guys in the junior class that have been with this team since they were freshmen. And, this is their core group, and they're all really playing now, playing well together with a lot of camaraderie. And
Muratori gets Frickman on the fastball again to even the count at 2-2. Frickman, of course, just for any numbers fans out there, 267 average, but a 520 on base percentage. 6 walks in the season. That ball is going to be fouled way back in the parking lot, and I didn't hear any contact with any cars, so no broken windows today. Of course, we'll keep you updated if any windshields break. Count remains at 2-2.
Frickman's got a very wide stance.
Ball's going to be low.
Most likely looking to just be short and quick to the ball, not keep his movement levels down, and just keep his head in place.
Yeah, Muratori, another full count, a little off his mark in the second inning. He was sharp in the first inning.
Full count, Harry Brown on the go.
Ball's going to be tagged to center
And a
field.
nice piece by...
Yeah, that's a solid base hit to shallow center for Frickman.
Nice piece of hitting there by Frickman. Again, Jumbo hacks with 2 strikes, just choking up, putting the ball in play.
Yeah, tough for Muratori to work that full count. Results in a hit. That was a long at-bat. Number 1, Will Shackelford, sophomore, earlier in this game.
The shortstop, number 1, Will Shackelford.
Let's see what the Jumbos are planning to do offensively here. Does Shackelford put a bunt down here?
Yeah, we'll see. Just to advance the runners with no outs, I wouldn't be surprised to see it. But, of course, Shackelford, one of the better contact hitters on the team, 486 average so far this season.
Definitely. He's been swinging the bat this season.
Another sophomore, too, at the bottom of the order who's been contributing.
And see, this is always a tough situation as a coach. Do you let a guy who's swinging the bat well just continue to swing and stay in his groove, or do you have him put the bunt down to advance the runners and give the Jumbos a better chance of scoring this inning? It's a tough decision.
It is, yeah. Shackelford plays higher up in the batter's box than any of the players that I think we've seen on the Tufts team so far.
Definitely.
Count's going to be 2 now. 2 balls, 0 strikes. Muratori down early here again. He's going to have to battle back, but he's done a good job battling back off these early high ball counts. Ball's going to go away, advance, and it looks like they're going to be safe. Hit the catcher's mitt, came out. So now runners on second and third with 0 outs. Another jam. Let's see if Shackelford can put any RBIs on the board.
Shackelford, nickname on the team is and
I wonder why. That was a little easier to figure out than Handsome Mike. Yeah, good pitch.
Good leave there, 3-0. It's got to be the perfect pitch, and with runners in second and third, you don't want to swing at that pitch. That's a good leave there.
So like Sebastian said, 3-1, 0 outs, bottom of the second. Muratori delivers, and that's going to be fouled. But a big swing from Shackelford to make it a full count at 3-2. And Muratori again does a good job battling back.
And this Tufts lineup is just incredible to think about. I mean, like you said, this guy, Shaq, has one of the best averages on the team, and he's their number 9 hitter this game. It just shows the depth on this roster. There's a lot of guys on this Tufts bench that can easily come in this game and contribute as well.
Pitch comes in. That ball's going to be way up near the press box.
That's going to be foul going right into the stands. Everyone be careful.
Oh.
Oh.
Hit some aluminum. No fan made a play on the ball. That's probably why they're in the stands and not on the field.
That was a close call there. That was a close call, but looks like everyone's all right. Everyone's laughing.
Someone's getting a souvenir, too. Muratori looks to deliver again. Again, another full count. A lot of pitches thrown this inning.
Way to battle there by Shackelford.
Yep, another foul ball.
Shaq is definitely looking to put the ball on the right side of the field in this at-bat. A pop fly will bring in an RBI, and any ball on the ground to the right side will score a run. So,
right, and Muratori is looking to get an out any way he can because he's going to have to face a tough top of the order from Tufts after Shackelford is done with this at-bat. Just for any of you Jumbos fans out there, the softball team is up, looks like 13-0. 18-0 early in the game. Shackelford tags one to the shortstop. Shortstop looks to first. He's going to be out.
and
But a run is going to come in.
that's a great job by Shaq right there. Just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes and getting the run in. And as you can see, the bench is letting him hear it.
All right, man on third. And, of course, number 3, Tom Petrie, the senior, one of the senior leaders of this team, digging in, the leadoff man for Tufts. Pitch comes in low, another first pitch ball. 1-0 on Petrie. Another ball fouled back into the parking lot, even the count at 1-1. Didn't catch that one. Was there any car damage?
No car damage on that one.
Too bad. I know. I'm surprised why, if you're parking here in attendance for any of the games, why you would park so close to the baseball field. That ball is going to be just a touch high for ball 2, 2-1.
You know, I never got that either, Owen. There's constantly fly balls going into this parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Muratori delivers.
Petrie's nickname on the team is Trej, like treasure, which is interesting. Trej, I like that one.
Trej, yeah, that's an interesting one. Sort of gets your tongue tangled up a little bit. Trej. Count is 3-1, and he swings for the fences there. And now it's full count, 3-2. Another full count in this inning. Muratori, I don't have a pitch counter on me, but Muratori's throwing a bunch of pitches this inning.
Yeah, and
Should've
he's definitely not in the same form as we saw him in the first inning. I think it just took the Jumbo's hitters a couple at-bats to settle in. And
ball's going to be way, way high up in the middle of the infield, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman. And no run score, 2 outs. And Oscar Cooch, one of the better hitters on this team, looking to drive in an RBI to do a little more damage in this inning with 2 outs.
The right fielder, number 13, Oscar Cooch.
We mentioned Cooch making that nice defensive instinct play in right field. Held the ball, what looked to be off the bat a double, and held it to be a single.
preventing any runs from scoring there.
Muratori delivers again for another first pitch ball. He's been off the mark a little bit.
And Cooch is a great hitter with 2 outs. As a lefty, he's got a lot of field to work with over here in right.
Mm-hmm. Ball is low for ball 2, 2-0 on Cooch. Muratori taking his glove off, sort of taking some time to get his hands ready. Definitely been off his mark. Another low pitch for ball 3, 3-0 on Cooch. Strike right down the middle. Yeah, good idea by Muratori, and Cooch is going to hold on that pitch. So 3-1.
It's a 3-1 count, but Cooch is definitely not looking to take here. If he gets a pitch he can hit, he will swing.
Mm-hmm. And he did not, as that ball's going to be high and outside for ball 4. We now have runners on the corners for Tommy O'Hara. Tommy O'Hara looking to increase his 8 RBI total for the year.
And the bullpen for the Tufts Jumbos, they love to chirp, as we can hear them.
And I
right
wonder if
now.
those are coming over in the broadcast, but some funny things being said from the Tufts bullpen. A little meeting on the mound here, and rightfully so, as Muratori has had a couple of walks and let up a couple of a run this inning.
The third baseman, number 24, Tommy O'Hara.
Tommy O'Hara, or T.O. as the dugout is calling him, definitely looks to be one of the taller players on this team. He looks like an absolute force when he's standing in the batter's box.
And he's a
like
big guy for sure. Big lefty.
First pitch ball again. That ball is high and outside. Same sort of pitch that walked Cooch on that last at bat. Muratori again. Low. So he can't seem to find the happy medium in between these pitches so far. He's been high in the dirt, or low in the dirt and high and outside for the past couple of batters. He wants a new ball. He's going to get one.
And I love how simplistic Tommy O'Hara's swing is. You know, he's usually the number 4 power guy. He's got a pretty impressive, fancy looking swing, but he's just simple, short to the ball, and throws his hands.
Good pitch from Muratori again as he finds the middle of the plate. It's going to be 2-1 on O'Hara. Another fastball, and O'Hara's going to be all over that as he hits that one to deep left. That ball is going to hit the wall. O'Hara's going to run to second. Run comes in, going to round third, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double for O'Hara.
And that ball was absolutely smoked. His left fielder had no shot.
No chance. I mean, he did a good job playing it, but that ball was all the way to the wall.
It was a decent read. However, I believe the left fielder might have taken one step in on the initial contact of the ball, which kind of threw off his time.
In scoring position, which is he has done most of his damage so far this year, 19 RBI.
We actually have a Tufts legend in the house, Abraham Moises Gardner, AMG, as he was called. Huge part of the Tufts Jumbos program. Huge morale guy. Keeps the team together.
Finally, Muratori gets a first pitch strike on Foxen. So the count's going to be 0-1 here. Ooh, little emergency there as Muratori looks back O'Hara to second base. O'Hara doesn't seem to be the most nimble guy on the base pass, but the shortstop seemed to drop the ball. I don't think there was a risk of tagging that anyways, but the dugout screamed and sort of had me in a little panic there. 0-1 to Foxen. And O'Hara's going to take third. He slides in, and he is safe. O'Hara takes third on a pass ball, and the catcher sort of just bounced out of the catcher's glove. And O'Hara, good job, good read, made it very decisive on taking off from second base.
It's a good read, Once you see the ball down, you have to commit. Went for it there, and it worked out for him.
So are you surprised to see him take that risk with 2 outs, or is that,
I mean, that's part of the philosophy, as a part of the Tufts program, you're always looking to be active on the base pass, and any ball that drops, you see the catcher drop to his knees, usually you're taking off there. Like you said, that one hit off the glove, but just a good read. Gotcha.
Another ball to make it 2-1 on Foxen. And another hit pitcher. Foxen just takes that one off the arm. No damage done. And now
gives him a look.
Yeah. Runners on the corners again. With 2 outs. It's been 2 outs for a while. Nice 2-out rally from Tufts here.
That's his second hit by pitch this game, I believe.
Santos Ocampo digging in. I believe he had a hit in the first inning.
The center fielder, number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo.
Santos Ocampo, the sophomore. 18 RBI on the season, looking to increase that. Oh, no, Ocampo got hit in the hit by a pitch. He got hit in the head in the last inning. Yeah, that ball's going to be in for a strike. Good pitch.
CSO is his initials, but they call him SCO on the team. SCO.
Let's go. Seems a little backwards.
A little backwards, yeah.
Mutura again. That's chopped by Ocampo into the infield. It's going to be caught to end the inning without any more damage being done. Tufts strands 2, but 3 RBI in the second inning. Bobby, any tweets? Tufts JumboCast tweeted, how I feel when there are 2 baseball games in a row on JumboCast with a gif of a dancing baby. And Susan Frickman, who I can only assume to be the mother of Harrison Frickman, or maybe a sister, said, tuning in from Charleston, South Carolina, hashtag JumboHacks. So thank you, Susan. We appreciate your support. Hashtag JumboHacks. All right.
Jumbo hacks, that's what I said.
Jumbo hacks.
2-strike approach, jumbo hacks.
Keep those tweets coming, of course. We love reading them.
Head on over to the table that's set up behind the backstop between the 2 bleachers. Usually they have giveaways at these events, so you can stop on by, all part of the special fan.
Verino's looking to increase on his 5 strikeout outing so far. He has 3 looking and 2 swinging. Lesley batters can't seem to get comfortable against him.
You know, in that first inning, it looked like the Lesley hitters might give Verino some trouble, but he's really settling in as this game progresses.
That's where we have the Tufts team running laps or something?
Yeah, in between every inning, the guys on the bench run out to the foul pole just to keep loose. You know, you got to be ready to come in and perform whenever your name is called. So.
Gotcha. Of course, for anybody at home who doesn't know, the reason I'm asking Sebastian so many questions is Sebastian was a member of the Tufts baseball team for 2 years, right? Your freshman, sophomore year?
Yes, sir.
So valuable to have that type of experience. As we have number 30, Ryan Pumfret, to lead off this inning.
Number 30, Pumfret.
Again, 300 average, 379 on base coming into this game. Listed as a utility man on the roster, as Verino delivers a first pitch strike. Although I'm not sure what if he's more of an infield specialist or outfield specialist or both.
Again, Verino's getting ahead, first pitch strikes.
Pitch comes in. Pumfret thought about it, held up, but it's going to be a strike anyways as Pumfret falls down 2.
That's a good pitch there. Mixing in the off speed.
Mm-hmm. And the top. Verino's doing a good job working the top and the bottom of the strike zone today.
Definitely.
Pitch comes in, swing and a miss. Pumfret down on 3 pitches.
Too much gas, and Verinos is fired up after that strikeout.
Yeah, I mean Pumfret he's a good hitter, but that didn't really look like a very confident swing there. I think he sort of gave up on it halfway through.
And it's pretty interesting when you watch Tufts Jumbos play. You know, you hear their bench, you hear them constantly chattering, constantly talking, constant motion going on, and it's pretty dead over there in the Lesley dugout. So it's interesting to see that.
Freshman Steven DePalma digs in and takes a first pitch strike looking. I can't figure out why more often. Seem to be about 90% strikes so far this game. But don't let this fool you. Lesley has been a very good team on the road, right, so far this season?
Definitely. They're 3-0 on the road, so they're looking to extend that in here. Looking to get 2 wins on the road here today.
Tough dribbler to second base, but it's going to be fielded and thrown in for the easy out. And that's going to be 2 down early here in the 3rd inning. That was second baseman Tom Petrie making the play. Next up for Lesley, 17, Matthew Bavaro. Again, the sophomore outfielder. Really wide stance.
And again, first pitch strike. He's getting ahead.
Yeah, he's been nothing but efficient this inning. After a very, very long second inning. Marinos looks down his man. Another strike looking. Yeah, that was a good pitch. That was painting the bottom of the bottom of the strike zone there. And Verino's looking to put him down here with 2 outs in the top of the third. Fouled back. Good defensive swing by Bavaro.
Sun keeps peeking in and out today.
I know, first time we've seen the sun in what it feels like forever.
Yeah.
Although for all the gross, nasty like rain and snow we've been having, the field looks like it's in pretty good shape actually.
Yeah. And I never really knew how inconsistent Massachusetts weather was until this year. This winter
terrible.
has been 50 one day.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 on Bavaro. That was, I think, a 4-pitch all strikes for Varinos on the last batter there. That is going to be 7 strikeouts on the day, if my count is correct, for Verino. So an absolutely spectacular job.
He is locked in and loaded right now.
Yeah, you can see it on his face as he's walking off. He's cool, calm, and collected. So now Muratori facing the Tufts lineup. Had a shaky inning last inning with three runs given up. Pretty good job in the first inning with only 1. But let's see if he can settle back into his horse and settle back into the driver's seat and do what he's been doing all season, which is shutting batters down. So what can you tell us about the Jumbo's performance the last couple of seasons for the folks at home who maybe are tuning in for the first season?
So my freshman year, the Jumbos got eliminated in the first round of NESCACs. We lost both games. We lost to Amherst and Bates in those 2 games. And last year, they went on that run, winning the NESCAC, first time since 2009, I believe, winning the NESCAC last year, which is great for the program. And they made it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA championship tournament. So, but what's interesting about that is this year they have even more talent, even more better leaders per se, and these guys have a lot of potential. They're just looking to stay focused this year, and they want to get back there, and in fact, they want to win it. Mm-hmm. So, expecting a big performance for the rest of this season from the Tufts Jumbos and into playoff season.
That ball sailing right over the batter's head there for ball 1. Sailed all the way to the backstop, but he evens it up with a looking strike, so the count is even at 1-1. Of course, this is Mike McLaughlin up to bat for the Jumbos. Another quick pitch to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Murator finally ahead here.
Hanson will be taking some jumbo hacks here.
Yeah, you can see him, and there's one right there.
There it goes.
Tag to the gap, might roll all the way to the wall. Does not, it's cut off. He's looking for 2, and he's going to be safe with a stand-up double for Mike McLaughlin on a 1-2 count. Tough luck for Muratori. He was getting some good pitches in there, but Mike McLaughlin just got the better of him on that last pitch.
The left fielder, number 15.
And you mentioned the bat boy earlier. That's actually one of the teammates, one of Tufts players, Boomer Saraga, number 6. This is actually his cousin, and Ian wanted nothing more to just hang out with the guys this weekend and kind of be definitely made him feel very welcome. So
love to see it. Digging in for Tufts now is number 15, outfielder Harry Brown. The senior looking to drive in the man on second base, Mike McLaughlin, after getting the double, and he takes the first pitch ball. Takes a hack at it, but that's going to be driven foul to even up the count at 1-1.
No outs, man on second. Harry Brown looking to put the ball in play here. Advance the runner, and that's another tough read. You got to just be able to read that right on the spot. And saw the catcher drop to his knees. The ball got away a little bit, but I think he made the right decision there.
We've seen Cervantes, have a good hit so far in this game, good offensive outing so far in this game, but he seems to have trouble corralling the balls behind the plate there. Brown again, another big swing with driven foul. Count is even at 2-2. Again, wind blowing, looks like it's blowing more across than it was out earlier in the game, but it does seem to be shifting every couple of minutes or so. And Harry Brown, it looked like he fouled that one off of his foot. He seems to be in pain, but he's walking this one off.
And that's the worst, getting it off the shin.
Of course, I stopped playing baseball in 6th grade, but I think you're speaking more from experience there, yeah. Yeah, he was shaking up there, but it is called a foul, so it's going to remain at 2-2. Brown seems to be just all right. Murator delivers. Another foul ball. Looks like he hit it off the foot again. Just bad luck, I guess.
What position did you play, if you don't mind me asking?
So I was really bad. So when you're bad in Little League, they stick you in left field because nobody hits it out there. So they just told me to play deep left field.
Gotcha.
And I did, yeah. And, yeah, that was about the highlight of my playing career. A little less illustrious than yours. As the next pitch is high for ball 3, we're going to have another full count for Muratori, and he has been that's been the bane of his existence so far this game is these full counts.
You know, baseball is just an incredible sport. I think for people who don't play it, it's a little bit harder to understand that. But for everyone who plays this game, they understand how just incredible this game is, how much it actually takes. Another thing, people tend to say that, like, oh, you don't have to be athletic to play baseball. It actually takes a lot of athleticism to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And hitting a baseball coming at you 95 miles an hour is not an easy thing. So
a little conversation between the battery there, Cervantes and Muratori, as the catcher and Harrison Frickman. And we know his relative Susan Frickman is watching, and she tweeted at us. So remember to tweet at us at Tufts JumboCast. Harry Brown taking a walk there. So now there's a man on second and a man on first with 0 outs for Frickman. Let's see if he can do any damage. But yeah, like what you said, that does seem to be the argument is that comes in top of the strike zone for strike one. And I've always said that while like baseball relies less on like just like something like football, which is like pure athleticism, it really takes like it's the sport that takes the most like athletic mentality. Is what I've always said. It's just an everyday sport. Like you've got to put in the work. Like it's just so much routine that you have to learn, so much muscle memory that only the select few can really do it.
You hit the head on the nail. Muscle memory, hand-eye coordination, a lot of focus. It's definitely a tough sport to play, especially at a high level.
Count is even at 1-1 as Frickson looks to lay down the bunt. Good communication all the way around. He might be
and
safe.
That's a beautiful bunt by Frickman. It's a great bunt.
Yeah, put it right where it needs to be between the pitcher and the third baseman. And just that's a tough play for the third baseman to make when the pitcher's on the ground like that.
The shortstop, number 1,
And that's a good play. I mean, he's looking to just give himself up and get the guys over to second and third, but put the I said.
I want to correct myself. I think I said Pumfret was DHing earlier. He's actually on first base. Bases are loaded with no outs. And I believe this is going to be Shackelford. Comes in for a strike. Nice pitch by Muratori there. And good job getting ahead early. Shackelford with an RBI in today's game. And same pitch for strike 2, working inside very well there.
You haven't really seen that from the Tufts Jumbos, going down 0-2 much. These guys are usually very patient, but they've been hitting the balls they can hit this game. So
Could also mean that Murator is finally settling in, and if he is, then watch out because he can be a force when he's on his game. Swinging a high foul ball. That looks like it's headed not quite to the parking lot. It actually hit a tree that we have here. So the count's going to remain 0-2.
Where'd you get it? Behind the
0-2 coming in from Murator. Shackelford is locked and low. That ball is going to be low. Put that one in the dirt, looking to see if you can get Shackelford to swing on it. The update on the softball again. Of course, for if you're a fan of all Tufts batted ball sports, Tufts softball is currently up 20-0. Didn't get the chance to broadcast on one today, but softball continuing the past couple dominant years that they've had. They've been a terrific program. But back to baseball. Murator is delivering the 1-2 to Shackelford. Shackelford looking to stay alive as he fell down 0-2 early with the bases loaded. Big swing and a big miss for Shackelford as he strikes out swinging. First strikeout for Murator in a while. Next up is Tom Petrie, the senior. And if I was a betting man, I'd bet some money that Petrie's going to do some damage in this situation.
Yep, I would too. Petrie's got that clutch factor that you were describing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 509 slugging.
And there we go.
Going to be tagged to left field, fielded well. Petrie's going to round to second, and we now have that's a 2 RBI double for Petrie, as there's now a man on second and third with only 1 out. Another clutch double we've seen, of course, the first one coming from Tommy O'Hara in the previous inning. But more damage being done. Tufts is going to take a, I believe, 6-0 lead here in the third inning. And I don't want to say that we called that, but we kind of called that. Right fielder Oscar Cooch stepping in, another great hitter for the Jumbos. Yeah, the top of the lineup for the Jumbos is really, really good. My goodness. Second and third, 1 out. And the senior takes a big swing on a ball that was almost in the dirt for strike 1. Maybe getting a little too opportunistic out there.
He took a hack.
Yeah,
Definitely took a hack on that one. You know, early in the count, though, you can take those type of swings.
Ball's fouled way back for strike 2. Cooch down early, 0-2.
What's interesting about Cooch is he can hit for both power and contact. He definitely prefers the power a little bit. He likes to turn on the ball, pull the ball to right field, and get elevated a little bit. But he can definitely spray the ball to left and make contact.
Foul tip by Cooch hit Cervantes, catches Cervantes in the mask. Count remains at 0-2. Muratori takes a quick walk here, trying to collect himself. Would love a strikeout in this situation. Because right now a fly ball brings in a run. Junior righty looks to deliver. And that's a ground ball by Cooch. Looks like it's going to bring in a run. He's going to be out at first.
It's a great at-bat. Another run for the Jumbos.
Yep. A run is a run is a run is a run. .7-0 here in the bottom of the third as the Jumbos take an early, very early lead. And bad news, for the Lynx, Tommy O'Hara with 2 RBI on the day is up to bat again with a runner in scoring position at third. Pitch comes in, that's inside ball 1. We have Tom Petrie on third base. 3 stolen bases on the year, so a pretty good runner on the base paths. Doesn't take a lot to bring him in. Another ball low for ball 2. Murator seems to have a trouble with walking guys with 2 outs. Jumbos have done a good job of sort of rallying with 2 outs so far this game. And another low ball. Muratori's going to have to get this one out of the dirt because it's now down 3-0.
O'Hara is such a patient hitter. He really waits for his pitch.
Mm-hmm. And this might be it right here. 3-0. There's got to be a strike. Nope. Too high. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk for O'Hara. Yeah, runners on the corners. Could have been worse for Murator. As, of course, O'Hara, one of the better hitters on this team. 2 outs, just give him the empty base. Now up for the Jumbos is Nick Foxon. Fox, as he is affectionately called by the dugout.
Foxy Fox, yeah.
The junior with a .429 batting average. That sounded like a stinger there as a foul ball for strike one. Adjust his batting gloves. Maybe got a little vibration from the bat that stung his hands there. I remember that being pretty bad back in my playing days.
The stingers are brutal.
Pitch comes in, it's low, and it's going to be wild.
And what a play there by Harry Brown. Or that's Petrie.
Yeah.
That was an athletic play there.
Mentioned earlier, Petrie's a really good base runner, and he just dives head first, circus style, into a home plate, covers the whole thing with dirt, and that's going to be another run scored on a pass ball.
And again, you saw, as soon as the ball dropped, it got away from the catcher, they're aggressive, they're ready to run and get that run in. And that's the way you got to do it on the base paths.
Yep. So Tufts up 8-0 now. 2 outs, bottom of the third, and the count is 1-1 on Foxon. So is the pass balls that seem to be a problem here. As Foxon tags one deep into the outfield, he's going to drop in front of the center fielder. Man's going to round third, and he's going to bring him in. And that's Foxon with an RBI single, a long single. As Tufts increases their lead to, I believe, 9. And again, we just talked about this. Mirator is having trouble with 2 outs on the board. Can't seem to put that last player away. As we have that pass ball bringing in a run, and then that deep single.
I can't tell if the Lynx have anybody going in the bullpen over there from our angle.
Yeah, press box angle isn't doing us any favors, but it seems as good a time as any. Of course, you have to keep in mind this is the first game of a doubleheader and limited pitching staff. As that ball is low to Casey Santos Ocampo. One and 0 with a man on first. Bouncing grounder, and that is fielded well by the second baseman. He's going to be going to get the force out at second base as a damaging 5-run inning for the Jumbos finally comes to an end, possibly to Mirator's delight, as Tufts takes the field here. Yeah, so pass balls, is that more? Maybe it's hard to tell, but is that usually, is it a pitcher throwing a pitch that the catcher wasn't expecting? Is it the pitcher missing his location? Is it a miscommunication? What usually is the cause of a pass ball?
A pass ball, I mean, there's a lot of things that can cause a pass ball. Definitely difference between a wild pitch. That's more on the pitcher. It seems like a pass ball kind of has to do with the catcher's play. For example, we've seen a lot of balls just hitting off the glove. The catcher for Lesley just hasn't been sticking the ball to his glove, so there's been a few balls getting away from him. Also, like on a pretty tough pitch where a catcher's getting down, making a block, that's harder to differentiate, because the catcher could be doing all he could do there in that situation, but a few variables.
A couple more tweets coming in. This one from @PrestonSteph1 @JumboCast. Lynx fan watching from Southern California. Wow, I am jealous. It's probably like 80 degrees and sunny out there.
It's probably so nice right now.
Please, I hope you're watching outside or something, enjoying the beautiful weather. I'm saying this now, and then judging by my luck, it's probably like rainy in Southern California right now. But thank you for checking in. We love having fans all around the globe. And then from Michelle Buckley @M Buckley. @ToughJumboCast, thanks for making it easier to be a fan all the way down in Houston. #GoJumbos. And so, wow, we've got some Massachusetts, we've got South Carolina, we've got Southern California, and we've got Houston, Texas. A couple more warmer environments. Sorry we keep referencing the weather, but it's been absolutely miserable here the past couple of weeks, so we're pretty jealous.
Definitely. And that tweet from California, Justin Clark on the Lynx team, the infielder, the junior, is actually from Chino Hills, so that might be some of his local fan base supporting today.
This is 16, Jacob Cervantes, catcher, had a single earlier in the game. You said from Chino Hills, right? If anybody is an NBA fan, the famous Ball family.
The Balls.
Right, residing from Chino Hills, LaMelo Ball, I think averaging like 50 points on like the Chino Hill High School basketball team. But yeah, in other words, in the other world of professional sports, of course, opening day was last week for the MLB. I'm a Red Sox fan. Sebastian, I think you're a Cubs fan.
Cubs fan.
Cervantes puts this one way in the air in the back of the outfield. It's going to be tracked down and caught for out one. And I believe that was Petrie with the put out. So 1 out here. First batter goes down in the top of the 4th inning.
Speaking of the MLB and opening day, the Minnesota Twins are 4-0 to start their season, which is the first time that's happened in probably 5 years.
First time since like 1987, I think, actually. The last time that happened, they won the World Series. So if anybody had Twins to win the World Series, I think it's about a 100% chance now. Freddie laughing at my jokes. Thanks, Freddie. Number 2 on Lesley, Vincent Taliercio. Excuse my pronunciation there. The sophomore. Lesley definitely a younger team than the Jumbos. Lots of sophomores and even a couple of freshmen playing on the roster. Big swing, big miss on a high pitch to make it 0-2.
And Varinos is just doing an incredible job of getting ahead in these at-bats, already 0-2. And, this guy's got to now protect the entire zone. Can't really look for a pitch he can drive. He's doing a great job.
Let's see what he does with this pitch here. And as expected, he puts it in the dirt, seeing if he can get him to swing. But no dice for Vincent Taliercio. 286 average, 375 on base, and 381 slugging. 6 hits to go along with 2 doubles for the sophomore infielder. And a big swing as he fouls this one towards the press box. Into the parking lot to keep the count at 1-2.
Interesting enough, Lesley used to be a all-female school.
Yeah, actually, I worked with another foul from the sophomore there to keep the count at 1-2. I talked to a woman I worked with a woman who went to Lesley back when it was, or not back when it was an all-girls school, but went to Lesley a couple years ago. I asked her how she liked it, and she always said, well, now I just tell people I went to school in Cambridge, and I let them guess. So that's my anecdote about Lesley University. And really high from the pitcher there. And that's going to even the count at 2-2. Right on pace, Varinos is for his 8 strikeouts over 9, actually a little ahead of his pace. But this guy is a strikeout machine.
Good pitch.
Ooh, looks like it was called outside, maybe a borderline pitch, but that's going to make the count full. So it's a 3-2 count, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Deals on the full count. Big swing, big miss. That's another swing strikeout for Marinos.
That's one thing I've noticed about the Lesley hitters today. They're not really making adjustments when they're in a 2-strike count, still taking these huge hacks as if it's an 0-0 count, looking for a drive. And the opposite for the Tufts Jumbos, you see them making those adjustments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tufts really good at choking up on the bat there. We've seen it happen 2 or 3 times so far this game, often resulting in an RBI. Fouled back. This is 13, JP Adgeorgasis. So count 0-1. Advantage at Spiros.
That's a good play.
Yeah, right back to the pitcher, and that's an easy put out there. The old 1-3, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Varinos as he continues to deal. Tufts up 9-0, and they are taking as Lesley takes the field in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tufts 1 run in the first inning, 3 runs in the second inning, 5 runs in the third inning. If you were a math guy, you might say that they might score 7 runs in this inning, but I don't think that's very likely. New pitcher for Lesley University, as Murator is going to take a seat on the bench for the rest of the day, as his day is done after surrendering 9 through 3 innings. This is going to be Jeff Hines, junior pitcher. 4 appearances, no game started. He's a bullpen guy. 2.2 innings pitched so far this season. And he has a 10.13 ERA, so skewed a little bit by a small sample size.
He's also
3 hits, 4 runs.
He's also a unique arm slot, so we'll see how he can do.
So you speak from experience. I don't know if you ever faced any like sidearm or submarine guys, but is it really that different when the ball comes in? And how difficult is that adjustment to make?
The toughest part about facing a submarine or a sidearm guy is just the slots. For example, they do a really good job of keeping the ball hidden until right up to the point where they're going to release the ball from their hand. So, as a hitter, you're looking to track the ball from the pitcher's hand all the way in, and it's tough to do that when they're coming from behind their head and swinging it like that. So
gotcha. Yeah, again, we mentioned my career sort of ended in 6th grade. There weren't too many submarine bullpen pitchers in 6th grade Little League baseball. Hadn't quite specialized yet. So yeah, we'll see if Jeff Hines can have a little more success against the Jumbos than Murator did. Of course, 4th inning, but this is a 7-inning game. Leading off for the Jumbos is number 31. That's going to be Mike McLaughlin. Today's game. Mike coming into today's game with a 378 average, 440 on base. And, of course, the 578 slugging that we referenced earlier in the game. So one of the more well-rounded players on this team.
Designated hitter number 31, Mike McLaughlin.
Playing DH today, but can play outfield and infield as well. And first pitch strike from the bullpen arm, Jeff Hines, to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. Hines delivers again, and that's a swing from McLaughlin and a miss.
A little out in front there. Just got to keep his weight back, weight on that pitch.
Yeah, it seemed like Hines took a little speed off that pitch. Let's see what he does here on an 0-2 count. McLaughlin takes advantage of that and launches it to deep center field, but looks like there's a play on it. And indeed there is as he flies out to center. Hines making quick work of McLaughlin here in the bottom of the 4th. Next up, the senior Harry Brown. Seeing how he can fare against this new sidearm pitcher. Brown digs in as Hines gets the pitch that he wants. That's going to fall in for another strike. Hines thrown only strikes so far. See if he can keep that streak going. Hines looks again. He delivers quickly. Brown gets out in front of it and fouls it off into the past the right field line. 0-2. Harry Brown down early. Hines again not giving the batters a lot of time to think as he delivers again. Harry Brown makes solid contact. Another fly ball out to center field. And he's going to fly out as well. So good contact being made, but no hits to show for it so far in the 4th inning.
The catcher, number 10, Harrison Frickman.
Sophomore Harrison Frickman doing his usual routine of drawing something in the dirt before he gets into the batter's box. Not sure what it is. Hines delivers another first pitch strike.
And that's another important philosophy with Tufts baseball that I think really helps their hitters is, they focus on creating a routine when they're stepping into the box. So every single time they step into the box, they're in the same mindset. Their head is cleared and they're ready to go. And I think it's definitely helped the hitting overall over the past several years.
Hines finally throws a ball as the count is 1-1, and then hits Frickman. Another hit batsman gets him right on the shoulder. Seems to be just fine as he takes first base.
The shortstop, number 1, Will Shackelford.
Shackelford steps in to bat for the Jumbos. Has an RBI on the day, 1 of 9 for Tufts so far today. Pitch comes in from Hines, fouled off by Shackelford. Shackelford faced with that bases loaded situation earlier in the game. 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. If this result holds, it will be the first time so far this game that Tufts does not score in an inning. And Jeff Hines would be the one to thank for that one. As that pitch is going to come in right down the pipe for strike 2, 0-2. So I think there's only been 1 ball thrown by Hines so far this inning. Just a spectacular show of marksmanship from the sidearm.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely you saw the Tufts hitters going through their lineup a few times, getting a groove with the first pitcher for Lesley, and
ball floats out to center field as Frickman steals second base. That's going to be his first stolen base of the season, which explains why the Lesley team just didn't really seem prepared for it. Not usually a threat to run, especially in this situation, but he takes second base to put a man in scoring position for Shackelford.
Exactly right, and defense was kind of lulled to sleep a little bit, and Jumbos took advantage there.
Again, 1-2. Pitch comes in, and he's going to hit him. He's going to hit Shackelford. That's the second consecutive hit batsman.
That's another thing about a sidearm guy. It's usually hard to be accurate when you're throwing from that arm slot. As you see, the ball comes at righties and is supposed to break back over the plate. Sometimes you don't get enough of that break.
Second baseman Petrie digs in for the Jumbos with a man on first and a man on second. So what looked to be just a lost inning for Tufts now maybe has a little spark of hope. Petrie 2 RBI so far in the game as he tags one to right field. The right field is going to get under it, and Hines gets out of the good job that inning.
Yeah, as you can see there, Petrie's just swinging the bat well. He's spraying the ball everywhere.
Yep.
That was a good play by the right fielder there. 2 outs, man on second. You don't have to be playing on the fence there. He played Petrie in, knowing that he's a line drive hitter. That was a good play.
And just a reminder for anybody who's just tuning in, please tweet us at Tufts JumboCast with any thoughts you have. But yeah, 9. Certainly not an unfamiliar position for the Jumbos. They've been really good at scoring runs so far this year. If anybody watched, they had a conference doubleheader against Trinity that they split with them a couple days ago, where they had a 15-run inning, not game, just inning. So they when they get hot, they can put numbers on the board. Of course, I believe second place in the NESCAC East for Tufts.
Second place in the NESCAC East right now. As we are 2-1 in the NESCACs, and Bates is 3-0 in the East Division of the NESCAC. Over on the west side, Wesleyan is 2-0 in the number 1 spot, tied with Williams, who is 3-0. And yeah.
So not a lot of conference games played yet.
Not yet.
Do those usually pick up later?
A little bit later in the season, yeah.
Gotcha.
Tufts has played 14 games so far, starting off their season down in Virginia for their spring break trip. None of those games are conference games, but they're still very important to getting into the groove of the season and just seeing where we're going to be at once conference play gets started.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's
Sparrows Verinos staying out there for the 5th inning. Tufts probably hasn't even thought about reaching out to their bullpen so far this game, as the starting pitcher has been so sharp through 5.
Again, shout out our bat boy today, Ian. He's Boomer Saraga's cousin. Boomer's number 6 on the Tufts Jumbos roster, and he's here spending time with the guys, and he's loving it. So shout out Ian.
Lynx shortstop Nicholas Ferragine, the sophomore, digs in as another first pitch strike comes in from Verino. He's been sharp. Man, if I was the coach at Lesley, I keep going back to this, but if I was the coach at Lesley, I'd be saying swing on the first pitch, especially down 9. Any sort of offense that the Lynx can get would be welcome. Second pitch comes in. Verino's working quickly, and it's down low for ball 1. 1-1 here.
The Lesley hitters definitely need to make some adjustments. For right now, like we've seen, the trend in this game is Varinos is getting ahead first pitch fastball. And these Lesley hitters just need to spit on the off speed, take those pitches, and just be ready to hit the fastball. Especially in a game when you're up 9-0, you know, you're not going to be relying heavy on your off-speed pitches. So be ready to hit the fastball.
Yeah, Faragine, relatively light hitter, 297 average, 324 slugging. 11 hits, but only one extra base hit. He has a double on the season. 2 balls and 1 strike against the shortstop. Varinos delivers, and it is swung at and fouled way back into like the barbecue proceedings that are going on back there. The lacrosse tailgate, I'm told. Jumbo's Lax having a great season.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the count evens at 2-2. The ball's hit hard, but collected by Petrie, and he's going to be out by 2 or 3 steps as the one man down for the Lynx in the 5th inning.
The third baseman, number 3, Mike Slavey.
Next up for Lesley, probably their best player so far today, number 3, Mike Slavey. 6 stolen bases coming into the game, and he has an extra one added on the day. So definitely an important out for Varinos. Doesn't want that man on first base. Really throws off his rhythm. Pitch comes in low for ball 1. Yeah, Slavey, 291 average, but like I mentioned, 6 stolen bases on the season, and only 6 RBI from the leadoff spot. Big swing, and that's a miss on a ball that seemed to be a little low. So that's 1 ball and 1 strike and 1 out here. Wind seems to be picking up a little bit than it was in the middle of the game.
It's getting a little windy out here.
Low again. Varinos is working down low on Slavey here. Slavey built like a cross-country runner.
We are in the top of the 5th inning in game 1 of our doubleheader. 7-inning game to start.
And we will be covering the second game of the doubleheader at 3:30. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We won't be cheating you guys. We'll be covering both. And I thought we were going to get the Burn Bomb Bros commenting on the game, but that's actually tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow if you're a fan of the Burn Bomb Bros against Keene State. The Owls, I think they're called. Count is 2-2. Pitch comes in, and that's way low. Good stop by the catcher there, by Frickman. So it's going to be a full count, 3-2. Important pitch for Varinos as he doesn't want Slavey to reach first base here.
Another thing about Tufts pitchers is they don't like to waste pitches. They're very meticulous about the pitches they throw as well, so definitely looking to get this guy out on this pitch.
Swing and a miss, and that's probably the most important strikeout of the day for Varinos. Another swinging strikeout. So he has 3 looking and 6 swinging strikeouts on the day, so 9 total strikeouts. I mean, we said coming into the game this guy's a strikeout machine, and he's just been proving that.
Definitely.
The designated hitter, number 45, Justin Clark.
Here's Justin Clark, lefty DH, digging in for the Lynx.
And if on this pace, it's looking like Varinos is going to get his 5th win of the year already, and that ERA is going to drop down a little bit if you continue to keep this shutout going.
Mm-hmm. That's a strike. Yep, strike 1. Froze Clark there. He thought about it, but that was some gas.
It's a tough pitch to hit.
Wow, take a look at Clark's bat there. That thing is bright yellow. Kind of a cool look. Anyways, Varinos delivers pitch 2, working quickly. Ooh, no strike there. I'm no umpire, but I don't know. That pitch looked pretty good to me. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't have the best angle, though. 2 outs in the 5th inning.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss, down low. You're doing a good job getting those swings on those low pitches.
Definitely. And let's see if these Lesley hitters are going to make an adjustment here. It's 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Does he shorten up his approach? Does he take a shorter swing to the ball?
Yeah, Lesley doesn't want yet another 1-2-3 inning here. They just got to put runners on. When you put runners on base, good things tend to happen. Clark takes a seemed to be a defensive swing there as he fouls it off.
Exactly right.
Infield is playing back. One ball, two strikes. And that's low for Rinos to even the count at 2-2. Clark, a smart hitter, only 4 strikeouts in the season coming into the game. One of the lower totals on the team. Inside, as Clark had to dance away from that one a little bit, and the count is now full.
We've got DUs in the house today supporting the Jumbos. We got a Tufts University legend AMG in the house.
Oh, and that tag to right field. Cooch is on his horse, back, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch by Cooch there to record the third out of the inning. And again, another 1-2-3 for Lesley Lynx.
Great read by Cooch on that play. Wind's blowing out of right field and had a good jump on that ball.
Yeah, didn't panic, followed it the whole way, and that's another good defensive play by Cooch today. He's had a couple good ones.
Tommy O'Hara, Nick Falkson.
Let's see if they trot out Hines again.
And
Did a good job last inning.
about to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
They do. Yep, bottom of the 5th. Doesn't seem to be any changes on the Lesley side in terms of lineup. Don't see why they would in the first game of a doubleheader. Hines again. Hines again digging in. I think he only had 1 ball last inning, so see if he can continue that success this inning. Jumped 0 runs last inning. All right, as we get into the action, Oscar Cooch, 1 RBI on the day and a good defensive play just made to end the last inning, is digging in for the Jumbos.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the right fielder, number 13, Oscar Cooch.
14 RBI coming into the day. Of course, that's 15 now. He has 8 walks and 7 strikeouts.
Oscar Cooch is from Houston, Texas as well, so I'm sure he might be a little cold.
Yeah, he's got the sleeves going, maybe
the
a
full
little
sleeves
chilly.
up, yeah.
Swings at the first pitch. That's going to be the back of the infield. Tough play, and it is made by the shortstop, Nicholas Faragine. Yeah, that's a tough play to make. Do you usually see the shortstop making that play, or do you usually want the right fielder coming in?
Depends on the spot of the ball. Whoever's got a better angle, the shortstop is running back on the ball, so it's definitely a tougher play for him. But if the left fielder can't get to that ball, you need the shortstop there to make that play. So as long as you guys can communicate out there, that's really all it takes.
Tommy O'Hara digging in his usual front of the batter's box. 2 RBI on the day, as we can see the middle of the Tufts lineup doing the most of the damage. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Hines delivers. Swing from O'Hara is going to be popped up to right.
Just got under that one.
Going to look like more like the right center gap. The center field is going to make the play. A lot of balls tagged out to center field off of Hines so far. I believe that's like the 3rd or 4th ball that's been hit deep out there.
And O'Hara just missed that one. He just got under that ball. If he would have hit that solid, that ball would have been 500 feet over the right field.
Nick Falkson, the first baseman, number 32, the junior, is digging in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hines making quick work of the jumbos that he's seen in the past 2 innings. Pitch comes in very low. Bounces right behind the plate, so that's going to be 1 ball and no strikes for Foxen. Foxen with 1 RBI on the day, 19 RBI on the season. Excuse me, 20 RBI in the season, because 19 plus 1 is 20. I'm not a math guy, but I can do those simple calculations. Pitch comes in. Foxen thought about it, but held up because that ball was low.
That's a good leave there.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Oh, excuse me. 2 balls, 1. Should be 1 strike, right? A little bit of a scoreboard malfunction. Pitch comes in. Look to be inside.
3-0.
3-0. Uncharacteristic of Hines so far this game to enter this sort of 3-0 count. Seems like he was avoiding balls at all costs earlier. And that's going to be down the plate to make it 3-1.
And the Tufts Jumbos haven't won an NCAA College World Series since 1950, so this could be the year.
Slow dribbler back to Hines as he fields it softly and flips it over to the first baseman Pumfret for the out. Second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for the Tufts University Jumbos as they take the field again in the top of the 6th inning.
Your line scored the end of 5 complete innings here in game number 1 of our scheduled doubleheader here at Hoskins Field with both games scheduled for 7.
And we've got Varinos
Back on the
again.
bump.
Yep.
Jumbos 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors.
And the right decision to say the least. He has shown no signs of slowing down so far this game.
It looks like Varinos is going for the complete game for this first one.
Bat for Lesley University in the top of the 6th inning. Ryan Pumfret, Stephen DePalma, and Matthew Bavaro.
First baseman Pumfret is going to be leading off the Lynx for this inning. This would be if Spiros Varinos goes the distance, it'll be first time all season any pitcher on the Jumbo staff has done so. 0 complete games so far, although he does have 4 appearances, 4 games started, 4 wins coming into today's game, and a massive 27 innings pitched. This guy is an absolute horse.
Varinos has to stay sharp in this inning, though. Facing the toughest part of Lesley's lineup, they're 3, 4, 5 hitters, the guys who can do the most damage on this team. So we'll see if he can keep this exceptional pitching performance up today.
And the Jumbos doing their ceremonial lap in between innings, coming back to the bench. Man, that guy has that old school Tufts. They've got the old school looking baseball jackets. I dig those. I'm a fan of those. Pumfret leading off, one of the big guys, one of the big dudes on the Lesley Lynx baseball team. Like you said, middle of the order. He's playing first base today, although he is a utility guy. Not a lot of action for Pumfret today.
Leading off for Lesley University in the top of the 6th inning, the first baseman, number 30, Ryan Pumfret.
Varinos gets set. He looks locked and loaded. Frickson gives him the signal, and they're ready to start the 6th inning. Frickson looking low, but Varinos puts it high, and Pumfret took advantage of it as he tags that one out to right field. Cooch fields it, throws it in, and that's a single for Pumfret.
And I don't think the Lynx have had an extra base hit this game.
I believe you would be correct. Yeah.
Gonna have to string a lot of singles together at this rate if they want to catch up.
Yeah, down 9 here. Not a whole lot of time left. This is Stephen DePalma. The cleanup hitter is a high strike from Varinos comes in. Just want to we'll address that in the inning break, actually. We've gotten some nice tweets so far. DePalma down early, 0-1. Man on first base. No outs here in the 6th inning. Varinos delivers. DePalma tries to take advantage of it. That ball is up. Frickson's looking to make a play on it. Goes all the way to the backstop. No play. Nice hustle, though.
You know, it's definitely tough to get out of that squatting position as a catcher with all that heavy gear on and making a play like that. Frickman gave 100% effort. You know, Tufts baseball, another philosophy. There's only 2 things you can control in this life, your attitude and your effort. And definitely Frickman showed that right there.
Put that on my gravestone. I like that. De Palma down. De Palma down 0-2 here in the 6th inning. And a low ball for Varinos to make it 1-2.
Again, Varinos hitting his spots. Would much rather miss low than leaving a ball over the plate, and it's a good pitch there.
Characteristic of most of the Lesley hits that we've seen today, Pumford exhibiting it earlier as the pitch comes in. That's going to be a ground ball right to Varinos. He's looking to second, see if they can turn two, and they do. They do.
They do.
Double play, first of the game. Great job by Varinos. Good awareness there.
Great play by Varinos. Great awareness, like you said, and great play by Shackelford. Quick turnover there at second base to get that second out.
Yep. One of my favorite things to see in baseball, double play. But as I was saying, characteristic of all the Lesley hits today is that they've been early in the count. Once you get into a battle with Varinos, it's really hard to win
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen, your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Matthew Bavaro. 19, Ellis Intragio.
Not sure if you heard the announcer there announce, but number 19, Ellis Intragio, is pitch hitting for Matthew Bavaro here in the 6th inning. Ellis, a junior, does not have a position listed, but I'm guessing he's going to be playing outfield in wake of Bavaro unless they put in a pinch fielder. So far this season, he has had 2 at-bats, no runs, no hits. So some of the first action that Intriago has seen this season. Let's see if he can take advantage of the opportunity as he falls down 0-1 early off of a foul ball. That ball bounces in the dirt. Friction can't seem to find it, but not really an issue because there's no batters on base. Count evens at 1-1.
You know, Frickman hasn't had to work too hard back there behind the plate today. Varinos, like we said, just spotting up all game, and it's one of the few we've seen get away from Frickman today.
Yeah, and he did have that. He did get stolen on once, but that was by Slaby, one of the better stealers in the game. Another low pitch, 2-1. Spears wants a new ball.
Why did the middle infielders converge on second since they were guarding?
Not sure why the middle infielders converged on second.
They do that to back up the throw to the pitcher in case it gets by him.
Spear to lose. Intriago for his first hit of the season. Beautiful hit, splitting between the third baseman and the shortstop into left field, and that's going to be a single. And to get that off of Varino, that's nice hitting by Intriago on a 2-1 count. So man on first again for the Lynx. Catcher.
Jacob Cervantes.
And Spiros Varinos is a senior, and his brother this year, he's a freshman on the Tufts baseball team, Elias Varinos, a hybrid player, pitcher and middle infielder. So that has to be cool to play with your brother in college before he graduates.
Do you see a lot of those that's interesting to me. Does D3 baseball have a lot of those hybrid like pitcher infielder type players?
I would say so. I mean, definitely there's guys who are athletic enough to do both, and so if you're good enough to do both, I say more power to you.
Varinos with the off-speed pitch for a first pitch strike as Cervantes falls down 0-1 early with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Cervantes, one of the few players to have a hit off of Spiros today. And a swing and a miss to make it 0-2. One more strike and he'll be out of the inning. He delivers low again for make the count 1-2.
Good work back behind the plate by Frickman, keeping the ball in front and not letting the runner advance.
Yeah, Intriago taking an aggressive lead here, aggressive secondary league, so keep an eye on him. Well, I know you can't if you're at home because we only have a 1-camera setup, but we'll be keeping an eye on him. Pitch comes in. A snap throw back to first, but Intriago, nice instinct.
Love the idea there by Frickman. As you said, number 19 secondary lead has been expanding over this at-bat, so that's a good play there.
I'm a big fan of the snap throw, too. As a Red Sox fan, we have a catcher, Christian Vasquez, who's a big fan of doing that. He did it a couple times last season. I'm a big fan of the snap throw. Pitch comes in. Swinging a high fly ball in the shallow infield. Third baseman's going to be coming in. And fielded without a problem to end the inning. Bottom of the sixth, Tufts still up 9-0.
And we've got some tweets that we'd like to share in this transition into the
They were DMs at, yeah.
DMs,
I believe
I
a couple
apologize.
people slid in. They're saying nowadays. If you want to read this one, Sebastian.
From Ed Zizali, Christian Zizali's father, we have shout out to Seabass from New Jersey. Mr. Z is watching. Make me proud. Thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate you. If you've never been to New Jersey, you need to try tailored ham, and you need to have go have Mrs. Zizali's fresh mozzarella and tomato and basil. It's the best.
This one from Alex Cooch, who I will refer to as Mr. Cooch because I'm assuming it's Oscar Cooch's dad. Really enjoying the broadcast, guys. Y'all have made my Saturday. Thank you. We
appreciate it.
This is why I cast. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We are Tufts JumboCast. We cover most of the sports, or we try to cover most of the sports in the Tufts athletic community. And we love it when you tune in. This one from Neil Greeley, Tufts JumboCast, watching in PA, Pennsylvania. Like the instant replay. We're gonna have to say thank you to Bobby for that one.
That's
our
Bobby,
director for today, and he has the biggest smile on his face. Bobby just loves getting compliments. Everybody send a compliment to Bobby.
And the instant replay is a newer feature that we've added as a part of this JumboCast club. Excuse me. Credit that to Bernie B. This guy's a legend, and he's leaving JumboCast in good hands with Bobby.
And one more tweet from my mother saying nice job, guys. So thanks, Mom.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Also, happy birthday. It's my mom's birthday today. So yeah. I'm not gonna sing. Sorry, Mom. I'm not gonna sing. Bobby's dying laughing right there. Excuse me. We have a new pitcher for the Lynx coming in for the last inning that for them, and that pitcher would be number 25, Riley Golden, a freshman. Interesting. Yeah, 2.2 innings on the year, 6.75 ERA. He's listed as a catcher, so it seems as though he just pitches in these late game down big situations, and he just bounced one in front of the plate for ball one.
Yeah. Seems to be another hybrid guy. Most likely a closer for them. Just looking to stop this Tufts offense.
Yeah, you see it in the big leagues sometimes too. You'll have catchers or outfielders come in to pitch in late game situations. That was a strike. That was a good throw. A strike to even it up at 1-1. Up to bat for the Jumbos, just realized I forgot to mention that, is Casey Santos Ocampo, having himself a pretty good game.
He's been swinging the bat exceptionally well this year, so he's been hit. There's been a lot of hit by pitches in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second one on Santos Ocampo so far today, and that one got him on the elbow pad, and another one got him in the head in the first inning. So he's taking a little bit of a beating, but he seems to be just fine. Yeah, we just realized that the runs and the hit by pitch totals are probably pretty close.
Number 11, Stephen White.
Junior Stephen White is going to be pinch hitting for McLaughlin here. White listed as an outfielder junior. 11 games so far this season. 3 hits, including a double.
And he just got hit by pitch, but I was looking forward to seeing Stephen White swing the bat. His nickname is Whitey on the team, but like you said, he's a junior. His freshman, sophomore year got a lot of time. A big, strong lefty. He looks like he'd hit for power, but he really is like a contact guy, and he's a very consistent hitter. And would have been nice to see him get to swing the bat, but first pitch, hit by pitch.
No pinch hitter for Harry White as he steps in. And another strike from the catcher turned pitcher, Riley Golden. Not his first appearance so far this season, but only 2.2 innings. Fouled off by Golden as he falls down 0-2. I know. I like the little round of applause from the Tufts bench when Stephen White took first base there. They appreciate their pinch hitters. Pitch comes in low for ball 1. Count is 1-2.
And that's the interesting thing about this team, this doubleheader, and where there's a lot of guys we haven't even seen touch the field today. For example, their shortstop, Christian Zazali.
Harry Brown tags that one to left field, but it's well played. And no runners are going to advance. Yeah, Christian Zazali, I mentioned the 15-run inning against Trinity a couple of games ago, and he had an integral part in that inning. I think he had like 2 or 3 RBI just in a single inning.
Yes, definitely. And in this doubleheader game, look forward to or keep a lookout for Christian Zazali in the second game in number 7, Malcolm Nachmanoff, junior transfer from Stony Brook. Transferred here this year, played at Stony Brook D1 college, and he's a DH over there as well, and he's swinging the bat pretty well for the Tufts this season.
Harrison Frickman takes a looking strike. Pitch right down the middle by Golden. I've always pictured Stony Brook as more of a basketball school. And that is tagged right back to the first baseman, and he's going to get the double play, the unassisted, 3 unassisted double play, as Stephen White cannot get back to the bag in time. Really good play by, Pumfret, their first baseman. Not often you see an unassisted double play, but it does happen.
Can't see. Okay, never.
And as we are headed into the 7th inning here, Tufts doing all their damage in the first 50% of the game with a 1-run inning, 3-run inning, and 5-run inning to make it 9-0, and they've held so far. Alrighty, Brent Greeley is stepping in for Verino, who went 6 scoreless with, I think, 9 strikeouts.
JP Adragusis and Nicholas Ferrigi.
Greeley, 7 appearances so far this year, 1 win, 1 loss. Has gone 10.2 innings pitched, so he's seen his fair share of run. 3.38 K over 9 and a 5.06 ERA, so having himself a pretty decent season. Looking to see what he can do against the Lesley lineup.
And Greeley is a pretty explosive pitcher. He's got a good arm, little bit of an unorthodox windup, but it definitely throws hitters off. And he's only a freshman, so he's got a lot of potential. And he'll definitely be an integral part of this JumboCast or this jumbo pitching staff for years to come.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he lives on my floor actually, in Houston Hall. I think I've seen him like walking around before. I don't think he knows who I am, but excited to see him pitch today. Yeah, sometimes I tell athletes, I tell them, like, nice game or nice win the other day, and they sort of just look at me, and I'm like, yeah, like, they're like, I don't know, I feel like they're sort of surprised when they see someone like me, like, talking about, like, paying close attention to the game, and I was like, well, I was commentating. Yeah. Looking to build the athlete JumboCast relations the next couple of years here at Tufts.
Definitely, and that shouldn't be too difficult. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure these guys just love the support from anybody, any Tufts student, really.
Second baseman, number 2, Vincent Talercio.
Talercio, the second baseman, leading off against Greeley.
The baseball program at Tufts has always been exceptional. Doesn't get a lot as much credit or hype as other sports here at this school, but it's definitely a great program. And
Greeley deals a swinging strike for his first pitch. Yeah, and I've always said it's the timing and deals a low strike too. Good start for Greeley. I've always said the timing of the season for baseball is a little unfortunate just because the playoffs are so late in the year, especially like during finals, that it's hard to sort of get into the whole playoff championship run. Whereas for a sport like basketball or a sport like volleyball, it's incredibly easy to do so.
Exactly.
Pitch just a touch high for ball 1 as the count goes 1-2.
I mean, for example, the Jumbos had to play about 12 games just to get out of their region to be able to play in the the NCAA tournament. So
Yeah, so Talercio with the check swing, and he's actually going to be rung up by Greeley as the first base ump calls that a strike 3, and Frickman tags him out. Here is going to be this is going to be a pinch hitter, I believe. Yeah, for this is Shant Avedikian, the freshman outfielder. Pinch hitting for the Lynx here. Greeley deals another strike. Announcer asks for our attention, then proceeds to not really say anything. Another strike. Wow, Greeley doing a great job staying inside the strike zone.
Pinch hitting for JP Arjigusis, number 11, Shant Avedikian.
And Avedikian pinch hitting for, as we were just told, JP Adjigusius. Greeley deals again. That one's going to be low and outside for ball 1, 1-2. Brent looking to put him away here. Gets him by virtue of a swing and a miss, but it's going to be a drop third strike. This is going to be a interesting play there. That was a drop third strike that ended up rolling all the way down the first base line, but Brent was able to pick it up and tag the guy out on his foot.
It's a great play by Greeley there, just getting the tag down. Didn't look like they really had a play.
Yeah, good presence of mind from everybody involved. Good job by Avedikian hustling down that line. Know that like a player other than the catcher could make a play on the drop third strike.
Frickman did a good job of getting from behind the plate there, but yeah, like you said, he just couldn't get there in time, and Greeley made a nice play.
Pinch hitting for Nicholas Ferragine is number 18, Aaron Rhodes, the junior utility man. This is only going to be his second at-bat of the season. See what he can do. Easy to chalk these guys up as an easy out, but as Ellis and Chiaggio showed us the last inning, these guys can make an impact. Swing and a miss to even this count at 1-1.
One out away.
Ball's tagged to the gap, but it looks like center fielder gets under it, and that's going to be the game. Great job by Greeley finishing up the game with a 1-2-3 inning. So what'd you like from both sides today, Sebastian?
Definitely liked the aggressiveness of the Jumbos, but at the same time they were very patient, but they looked for good pitches to hit, stayed on top of the ball, drove the ball, line drives. From Lesley, I liked their effort. They definitely came to play today, but they just struggled in making in-game adjustments, and I think that's what ultimately decided this game.
Yeah.
And once Tufts got on a roll, it was really tough to slow them down.
RBIs for Tufts players today: Nick Foxon, Tom Petrie, Oscar Cooch, Tommy O'Hara, Will Shackelford. Of course, no RBI for the Lesley Lynx, as Tufts shuts him out in the first game of a doubleheader, 9-0. Who's your player of the game?
Player of the game has to be Spiros Varinos. Absolutely shut down the Lynx hitters and had an exceptional game.
Yep. I think that's probably one of the easier choices we've made all season.
Definitely.
So, of course, folks, tune in at 3. Next game's slated to begin at 3:30. Tufts going to be taking on the Lynx again. We're going to have a new set of broadcasters. It's not going to be me and Sebastian today. So on behalf of everybody at JumboCast and on behalf of Sebastian Gonzalez-Johnson and myself, Owen Finnegan, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it, and have a fantastic rest of the day.
Thank you very much. Go Bows.
Behind the backstop has a grill going. Other giveaways going on, all part of the Fan the Fire Day here on the Tufts University campus. So stop on by, check them out again. They're located